Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, in the singular, the most merciful God, bestower of mercy. Sad wal Quran ending the S. By the Quran, full of admonition, and this chief of remembrance, just like that verse of 27 is the right hand. I kind of think of this as the left hand in arranging these verses. But with all these formulas of remembrance, remember that Alcoran is the best source for these. Verily, the unbelievers are addicted to pride and contention. How many generations have we destroyed before them? And they cried for mercy, but it was not a time to escape. They wonder that a warner from among themselves hath come unto them. And the unbelievers said, This man is a sorcerer and a liar. Doth he affirm the gods to be but one God? Surely this is a wonderful thing. And so this is part of what I've done with Enochian work, is the people who try to use all these different names to worship different things. I say worship the one, and think of, there's other beings out there, but just aren't worthy worship, like the fire beings and the light beings, or Cacodemon may not be the best way to say that, but okay. The chief men from among them departed. Go and persevere in your gods. Verily, this is the thing which is destined. We have not heard like this in the last religion. This is no other than a false contrivance. Hath an admonition been sent unto him among us? Verily, they are in doubt concerning my admonition, but they have not yet tasted my vengeance. And people knew that Christianity was sort of a new thing, but I don't quite know what else could be meant by that, but it's left broader. If there was another possible answer that someone might share that particularly sourced, this is no other than a contrivance. Hath an admonition been sent unto him, preferable to any other among us? Verily, they are in doubt concerning my admonition, but they have not yet tasted my vengeance. Are the treasures of the mercy of thy Lord, the mighty, the beneficent God, in their hands? Is the kingdom of the heavens and the earth, and of whatever is between them, in their possession? If it be so, let them ascend by steps. But any army of the confederate shall here be put to flight. The people of Noah, and the tribe of Ad, and Pharaoh, and the contriver of stakes, and Thamud, and the people of Lot, and the inhabitants of the wood near Madian, accused the prophets of imposture before them. These were the confederates against the messengers of God. All of them did no other than accuse their apostles of falsehood. Wherefore my vengeance hath been soundly executed, and these wait only for one sounding of the trumpet, which there shall be no deferring. And they say, O Lord, hasten our sentence unto us before the day of account. Do thou patiently bear that which they utter, and remind them of our servant David, endued with strength, for he was one of those who seriously turned himself unto God. We compelled the mountains to celebrate our praise, and with him in the evening and the sunrise, and also the birds, which gathered themselves together unto him. All of them returned frequently unto him, and we established his kingdom, and gave him wisdom and eloquence of speech. Hath the story of the two adversaries come to thy knowledge? When they ascended over the wall into the upper apartment, and when they went in unto David, and he was afraid of them, they said, Fear not, we are two adversaries. There's the controversy. The one of us hath wronged the other. Wherefore judge between us with truth, and be not unjust, and direct us into the even way. This, my brother, had 99 sheep, and I had only one ewe. And he said, Give her me to keep. And he prevailed against me in the discourse, and this is a prostration verse, error of error, really. David answered, Verily he hath wronged thee in demanding thine ewe, as an addition to his own sheep. And many of them who are concerned together wrong one another, except those who believe and do that which is right. But how few are they? And David perceived that we had tried him, and asked pardon of his Lord, and he fell down and bowed himself and repented. Oh, not yet. Balalak pardalam kabesualena anjateka elane ajehiwana kathiram minal kolakta eleyangi ba'aduhum ala ba'adin ilaladina amanu walamilu salihate wa qalilum mahum warana daudanam fatanahu fastaghfara rabbahu wa qarara ke'anwanam, and prostrate upon the 7 points, glorifying God. Wherefore we forgave him this, and he shall be admitted to approach near unto us, and shall have an excellent place of abode. O David, verily we have appointed thee a sovereign prince in the earth. Judge therefore between men with truth, and follow not thy lust, lest it cause thee to err from the way of God. For those who err from the way of God shall suffer a severe punishment, because they have forgotten the day of account. We have not created the heavens and the earth, and whatever is between them in vain. This is the opinion of the unbelievers, but woe unto those who believe not, because of the fire shall we deal with those who believe and do good works, as with those who act corruptly in the earth. Shall we deal with the pious as with the wicked? A blessed book have we sent down unto thee, that they may attentively meditate on the signs thereof, and that of understanding may be warned. They of understanding may be warned. And we gave unto David Solomon, how excellent a servant. He frequently turned himself unto God. When the horses standing on 3 feet and touching the ground with the edge of the 4th foot, and swift in the course, were set in parade before him. In the evening he said, Verily, I have loved the love of good above the remembrance of my Lord, and have spent the time in viewing these horses until the sun is hidden by the veil of night. Bring the horses back to me. When they were brought back, he began to cut off their legs and their necks. Okay, wait, what? Oh, he began to pass over the legs and the neck. Okay. Okay, that's... I thought that sounded off. I don't know why he wants to make David into somebody who's cutting up the horses because he missed the afternoon prayer. They were displayed before him. She and so the hand went over the legs and the neck, and he also tried Solomon and placed his throne on his throne a body. So his son after him was not a good Jasad. So what some people say Jasad is a term for devil, because the person's merely a body, you know. Afterwards he turned and said, O Lord, forgive me, and give me a kingdom which may not be obtained by any after me, for thou art the giver. And we made the wind subject to him, and it ran gently at his command, whithersoever we directed. And also put the devils in subject under him, and many of such as were of every way skilled in building and diving, and others bound in chains. This is our gift. Therefore be bounteous, or be sparing, without rendering an account. And he shall approach near unto us, and shall have an excellent abode. And remember our servant Job, when he cried unto his Lord, saying, Verily, Satan hath afflicted me with calamity and pain. And I was said unto him, Strike with thy foot. This is for thee to wash in, to refresh thee, and to drink. And that verse there is thought by some, number 42, to be a verse of healing. Arkud Birigilica Hadamuntasal Barendum. Yeah, Solomon. That's what. And we restored unto him his family, and many more with them, through our mercy, and for an admonition unto those who were endued with understanding. And we said unto him, Take a handful in thy hand, and strike thy wife therewith, and break not thine oath. Verily we found him a patient person. How excellent a servant was he! For he was one who frequently turned himself. Remember also our servants Abraham, and Isaac, and Jacob, men strenuous and prudent. Verily we purified with the purification through the remembrance of the life to come, and they were in our sight elect and good men. Remember Ismael and Elijah and Zulkifl, for all these were good men. This is an admonition. Verily the pious shall have an excellent place to return, into gardens of perpetual abode, the gates open unto them. As they lie down therein, they shall there ask for many sorts of fruit and for drink, and near them paradise, refraining their looks. This is what ye are promised at the day of account. This is our provision, which shall not fail. This shall be the reward of the righteous, but for the transgressors an evil receptacle, namely hell. And they shall be cast into the same to be burned, and a wretched couch shall it be. This let them taste, scalding water and corruption, and divers other things of the same kind. And it shall be said to the seducers, this troop, thrown together with you headlong, they shall not be bidden welcome, for they shall enter the fire to be burned. Verily ye shall not be bidden welcome, and ye have brought it upon us, and a wretched abode. They shall say, O Lord, doubly increase the torment of him who hath brought this upon us in the fire. And they shall say, why do we not see the men whom we numbered among the wicked, and whom we received with scorn? Or do our eyes miss them? Verily this is a truth. The disputing of the inhabitants of fire say, verily, I am no other than a warner, and there is no God except the one God, the Almighty, the Lord of heaven and earth, and of whatsoever is between them, the mighty, the forgiver of sins. Say, it is a weighty message from which ye turn aside. I had no knowledge of the exalted princes when they disputed concerning the creation of men. It hath been revealed unto me only that I am a public preacher. When thy Lord said unto the angels, verily I am about to create men of clay, when I shall have formed him, wherefore, and shall have breathed my spirit into him, do ye fall down and worship him. And all the angels worshipped him, except, in general, except Iblis. No, not worshipped. God never asks anybody to worship, prostrate towards, which, you know how some cultures, you're not worshiping someone to prostrate towards. And yeah, for him make prostrate. Okay, let me see. And all the angels worshipped him, except Iblis, who was puffed up with pride and became an unbeliever. And here we'll undo this false belief that Iblis changed into a jinn. Because one, it never says that. God said unto him, O Iblis, what hindereth thee from worshipping that which I have created with my hands? Art thou elated with vain pride? Art thou really one of exalted merit? He answered, I am more exalted than he. Thou hast created me of fire, and thou hast created him of clay. God said, Get thee hence, therefore, for thou shalt be driven away. and my curse upon thee until the day of judgment. He replied, O Lord, respite me therefore until the day of resurrection. God said, Verily thou shalt be one of those who are respited until the day of the determined time. He said, By thy might do I swear, I will surely seduce them all except thy servants, peculiarly chosen from among them. God said, It's a just sentence, and I speak the truth. I will surely fill hell with thee, and such of them as shall follow thee altogether. Say, I ask not of you any reward for this, neither am I one of those who assume a part which belongs not to them. This is no other than an admonition unto all creatures, and ye shall surely know what is delivered after a season. So the bodies of the jinn are of a metaphysical fire, and there's, but that doesn't mean that when people talk about the gnomes, that the salamanders and the gnomes aren't both jinn, and that the sliffs and the undines, that they're not jinn. Yes, they are. But we're talking metaphysical terms and what the